Hello everybody, thank you once again for joining me today. I am here today to pose you guys a little bit of a question. And that is, what exactly do the BMW M5, the Audi S4, the Mercedes C63 AMG, the Cadillac CTS-V, any and all these cars, what exactly do they have in common? Well, I'd say that the answer to that is that they have got luxury, big performance. Most of them can be acquired fairly cheap. Most of them are very expensive to own. And most of them are fantastic cars to drive. I'm here to tell you today that this car right here, my 2011 Jaguar XFR, deserves to place very highly on that list. This car is sporting a 5-liter supercharged V8 with a 6-speed ZF gearbox that makes approximately 510 horsepower and 460 foot-pounds at the crank. This car will actually be going on the dyno at the end of the video to see exactly how much power it is indeed putting to the ground in stock form. And we have a lot of modifications planned for this car to make it an absolute Hellcat killer, which, considering we have only paid $11,000 for this car, is absolutely mental. We paid $11,000 for this car, Canadian, and bought it in somewhat hurting shape with a dead transmission and a ton of recent maintenance. The car, before we bought it, had timing completely redone, new timing chains, tensioners, guides, had new water pump, had the supercharger serviced, had all 8 injectors replaced because when the supercharger was serviced, they couldn't save the old injectors and ruin them all, removing them. The intake valves were just cleaned. The power steering rack was just completely replaced. The brake rotors, pads were just replaced, and the calipers were just serviced. The car got new spark plugs. The car got a ton of maintenance, to the summation of approximately $14,000 in receipts recently. We acquired it with the hurting transmission, and I immediately upon purchasing replaced the transmission with a low mileage one out of a crashed XFR that I was lucky to find with approximately 60,000 kilometers for only $1,000. So as it sits, when we account for new transmission fluid and a full service that way, we're about $12,500 into this car total, which is absolutely insane for the bargain that it is. And these cars, considering it is a European car, are actually known to be pretty reliable, and this has proven thus far for me. This car has obviously seen a ton of maintenance, and it shows in how it runs, how it drives, all of that. It does fantastically on fuel. I cannot believe how phenomenally it does on fuel. It compares very well to a lot of the 4-cylinder cars I've had or driven. And it does so well as an all-around daily, yet it makes an absolute ton of power and was insanely cheap to buy. It has a lot of cool features. If we look around the outside, because it's got these massive brakes up front, the vent in the hood to let the supercharger breathe a little bit and get some airflow, obviously the vented fenders, we've got these beautiful quad tip exhausts, got backup sensors here, we've got a backup camera on front, obviously we've got our beautiful R badge right there. The car's got so many features that are uncommon even currently on a lot of new cars, let alone something from 2011. We've got parking sensors front and rear, we've got lane assist, we've got a push button start, we've got proximity keys and proximity keyless entry on all 4 doors, not just the drivers like many cars. It's got a lot of fantastic features. And if we jump on in here, thing one that a guy sees immediately when you get in, this start-stop button starts flashing at the beat of a Jaguar's heart. Kind of tacky, also kind of cool. If we reach down here and I give this thing a fire, press the button, the dial is going to raise up into my hand. The HVAC vents are all going to go into their open position. The steering wheel drops down into my lap, and we are ready to go. And I don't know about you, I think it's a little tacky, but it is also a fantastically welcoming way to get into my car. This car has got a fantastic Bowers & Wilkins audio system. It's got active suspension with all of our controls for that down here. It has got a lot of random and fantastic features, such as a electronic sunshade in the rear window. We've got this beautiful Alcantara headliner that is so soft and nice to look at. We've got all sorts of things like heated steering wheel, heated seats. So you've got this beautiful peanut butter leather with the R badge embossed in here. And all around, for a car that has cost us thus far a little over $12,000, this is an absolute insane bargain for what it is. And when we dive on into that and look exactly at what those numbers mean and look at our depreciation figures, this car cost $86,000 new as an original MSRP in 2011, which, accounting for inflation, is approximately $117,000 in today's money. And with a purchase price of $11,000 in 2023, that is a 90.6% depreciation at 140,000 kilometers, which is absolutely nuts. But it means that these cars can be a fantastic bargain. If we go and instead of looking at an example like mine that needed a transmission, a couple little things, if we go and look at a nice market value equivalent, that's probably going to run you about $25,000. That is still approximately 79% depreciation for a nice low kilometer example. That amount of money for this amount of car is absolutely insane, let alone all of the other positives that come with it. This engine and transmission setup. This transmission's used in a ton of different things, especially if you're including the newer 8-speed version that is in every Hellcat European car. Everything performance that comes with an 8-speed gearbox, almost all of them come with the exact same ZF 8-speed. This car has the earlier 6-speed version of that transmission, and it is known to be pretty bulletproof, unironically, when you consider I had to replace mine. And beyond that, this engine as well is highly heralded as very good. It has come in basically every Range Rover and Jag product that's top of the line since 2010. And if you go get yourself a very expensive brand new F-Type R, it still actually comes with this exact same 5-liter supercharged engine with very, very minor updates. It has been used in these cars now for approximately 13 years and been tested very tried and true. I'm very excited about this car, guys. This car is so much fun to drive. It is so comfortable and so nice to be in. We've got so many cool things coming down the pipe for it. Thank you very much for joining me with this today. In a moment here, I'm going to show you guys the dyno runs and show you exactly what the car made in stock form. And very shortly here, there will be uploads coming as we have ordered an upper pulley, lower pulley from Velocity AP along with their tuning. We've got high flow downpipes going in here and probably a couple other things that hopefully will put this car in the territory to compete with and beat Hellcats, which, when you consider the money and the amount that we're into it, is absolutely insane. But just goes to show exactly what a guy can accomplish with a little bit of ingenuity. We're here at S&M Diesel in Red Deer. We'll be bringing the car back after doing all the mods to see what we can get it up to and making. But for now, we want to see what it's making in its stock form. As the car sits, the only modification whatsoever is can and panel air filters. No exhaust modifications, no tuning, no boost increases, nothing. So we're going to find out what it puts down, so we have a great frame of reference for what it makes afterwards, and I'm excited to see the results. Based upon a factory rating of 510 and 460, we are very, very happy with the results the car put down at approximately 457 wheel horsepower and 457 foot-pounds of torque. Thank you guys for joining today. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, all of those things. We're very, very new to this, and I'm very open to hear if you guys have any criticism, compliments, things you'd love to see. Just let me know down below. And please look forward to the next bunch of content to come with this car. Thank you guys. Have a good one.